about 8 minutes. She's already here listening in, but she definitely has a lot to say about that whole situation in that video. So we'll get into it. We'll go and get into the mess.
But how do you like really feel like Sally? How does that?
It's unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable for me, as a woman who's all about empowering women, who makes documentaries about women and how
Mm-hmm.
powerful women are. There's no excuse. I don't want an apology from him. I want to
Mm-hmm.
know how he's going to fix it. I want to know how he's going to fix himself so that nobody else suffers. That's what I want to hear him say. Like I messed up and I'm going into hiding and I'm going to go see a therapist and I'm going to figure out what the hell's wrong with me because clearly he's got some childhood traumas he hasn't worked through and he's projecting that onto women and whoever else. So I don't care about his apology.
All right, so this is what he had to say.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you gotta do that. I was f***ed up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
And that's crazy. And after that apology, the next day, I think that he got donkey of the day, and this is exactly what Charlemagne the God had to say about the apology.
Here today for Monday, May 20th goes to Sean Combs. Not just Sean Combs, but the bad boy as a staff, record label, and mother effing crew because y'all been enabling this kind of behavior for a long time. And clearly, after watching this apology video, and I put apology in air quotes, y'all are still enabling him. But let's start from the beginning. On Friday afternoon, a video from 2016 was released to CNN. And in the video, it shows Sean Combs viciously attacking and beating his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. When I saw that video, I was disgusted and disappointed. Like did he need his ass beat? Like I wish Cassie would have had a gun on her and would have shot him right there on the spot. That's my initial reaction because that's how I always feel when I see situations like this. And then there's this weird sense of grief because it is Diddy, right? Diddy is a hip hop hero. He's an ordinary person who did extraordinary things. To sit here and act like the man wasn't a huge part of our upbringing is a damn lie. So there's this weird sense of grief. Like another one of our heroes has ruined their legacy and it's their own fault because of poor choices. A lot of different emotions. But then yesterday, Sean Combs decided to apologize. Now, when I first watched that video, I said to myself, Negro, please. Okay, he's not sorry. He's sorry that video leaked. And he's sorry he got caught. See, up until that video being released, Sean Combs was denying everything. Sean Combs put out a press release. They put out a press release, him and his team, that said, for the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. His lawyer has been screaming since all these allegations have come out that this is a witch hunt. Diddy is innocent, and these people are looking for a quick payday. You let your son put out that weak record, Pick a Side, taunting the FBI, basically telling people, keep that same energy when the smoke clears. Diddy, you posted on your page, time tells all. Yes, it does, sir, and it has told us that you are a liar. Okay, this is what I mean when I say people wake up every day and just volunteer lies. Diddy, how are we supposed to believe anything that comes out of your mouth? And furthermore, why should we not believe the rumors of things going in your mouth when you out here volunteering bold-faced lies? You would still be lying to us right now if it was no video. You didn't even apologize to Cassie in the video. Nor did you apologize for lying that you didn't do what you knew you was on tape doing. So who was this apology for? I'll tell you who it was for. Diddy's ego. Diddy's brand. Diddy and his handlers are looking at this all wrong. You trying to salvage his professional career. Let me be the first to tell you that's a wrap. Okay, you can't take away nothing Diddy has done professionally. Those records stand. You can't rewrite history. But Diddy, your motto was forever can't stop, won't stop. It's time to stop. Okay, because it has stopped. All right, there's nothing else for you to do other than deal with the consequences of your actions. I don't even know what all the actions are, but you do. You can't run from yourself. You was trying to the last few weeks to run from yourself. Hell, you knew this tape existed since 2016. So you've actually been running from yourself for years. I don't care how many times you change your name. I don't care how many times you tell us you changing your frequency. The best apology in life will always be changed behavior. You can't tell us your behavior has changed when up until yesterday, you were still willing to lie to the people about who you are and what you have done. Diddy shouldn't be worried about the general public right now. In fact, you shouldn't worry about the general public ever again because that's over. The trust is gone. Thought I told you that we won't stop? You must have been talking about lying to yourself because that's the only reason you would still keep any of this going. What's the saying? Trust takes years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair. Diddy, you 54. Okay, you don't have forever. So while you still here, you need to be focusing on repairing your soul. You need to be focusing on whatever damage you have caused your lineage, your family, and other people. If you and your team are still sitting around trying to figure out how to keep the business going, if you're sitting around worrying about your professional life more than your personal life, then you just need to do us all the biggest favor and turn yourself in for who knows whatever other crimes you have committed that we don't know about because you can't play with God. Okay, you can lie to your family, you can lie to the general public, but you can't lie to God and you can't lie to yourself. And you know that. What happened?
There you have it. So
Wow.
yeah, I think
I
this is
love that guy.
yes, Charlemagne. Shout out to the Breakfast
Guess
Club
what?
for
You
sure.
can't run from your
So shout outs to Charlemagne.
Yeah.
He definitely spoke the truth. It's sad all the way around, Sally, to see this. I always stood for Cassie. And I really want to ask those individuals that, put smut on her name, was like, oh, she's just looking for a quick payday, quick come up. And actually, they also came out to say that, since the statute of limitations, that's why because we found out, not because you knew what happened. If you knew what happened and you
Mm-hmm.
definitely got the help that you needed, all you had to say, quote unquote, right, is things happened. I got the help that I needed. I gave in toward the money, etc. Whatever, however you wanted to say it. But now it just looks like you're a liar throughout the whole entire time.
Yep, that's exactly right. That is exactly right. I wanna get into this a little bit. I'm gonna introduce Dr. Marlene Double IC. Did you want to say something?
Oh, it's cool. Go ahead. Go ahead. I was
I
kind of
do.
talking
I
with y'all.
So I
So
wanted to, yeah, I wanted to say happy birthday. He's in the house right now, but I know he can't stay long. Stevie, what's up?
Happy
What's
Happy
up,
birthday!
guys?
birthday! Beep beep beep
Happy
Thank you,
beep.
thank you.
birthday
I'm in
to
the cabin. I
you.
decided to do a birthday retreat away from everybody. But there's no service here. But I think that's God trying to,
Oh,
keep me away a little
shut
bit
you
from
down.
the work. Yeah, I can't even make phone calls, but I could get on Clubhouse. I thank all of you guys for showing up each and every Monday. Um, I do want to say, oh, thanks for the cash app, Sally. That's so nice of you. That
Absolutely. If
was
you want to send Stevie a cash app for his birthday, his cash app is right up there. Check it out.
Oh my God, that's so nice. Yeah, I do want to say this real quick when it comes to Charlemagne. Um, Charlemagne, Diddy was their biggest sponsor. I do feel like he feels like he has a responsibility to talk about this. I do want to get more into depth, but there, I won't do no victim shaming, obviously. But there's just so much. I just hope that you know everybody takes accountability for what
Is it me?
No.
others, but even Diddy,
Oh.
even the people that pushed Diddy and even the people that molested Diddy too, like those white men.
that were molesting him through the label and the stuff that he had to do to get where he's at. And I wish that he never paid it forward the way he did. But I do hope that those white men that are in power get some shit for what they, the part that they played in this too. Because I
Yeah,
know
I think that's
firsthand.
already happening too. That's a lot of
Yeah,
that is already happening.
like those COOs and
Yep.
those people that have stepped down and thought we don't see them, and the labels that have stepped down, including
Hmm.
a Russell Simmons, including a lot of people that have stepped down. It's not just Diddy. I hope that we get to the actual core issue of the industry and how they abuse people and they abuse their power to use, for self gain and stuff like that. But it's not just Diddy, it's people before Diddy. I just feel like,
Yeah.
where's all the white men, right? Epstein came and that was it, but there's a lot of more Epsteins in the world. But it is
Yeah.
my birthday. Thank you guys
It
for the
is your
cash app.
birthday.
Yes, and Dr.
One
Marlene,
Oh.
do
time
your
for the
thing.
birthday,
I'm happy
bitch.
to
Two
hear
times for the
the
birthday, bitch. Three times for the
yes.
birthday, bitch.
Cash app
Fuck it
me,
up if it's
cash
your
app
birthday, bitch. Fuck it up if it's your birthday,
Oh
bitch.
my
Fuck
God.
it up if it's your birthday, bitch.
We didn't have
Fuck
a
it up
clean
if it's your
birthday
birthday,
song?
bitch.
Damn.
Fuck it up if it's your birthday, bitch. You a
Fuck it up if it's your birthday. It's your
Listen,
Of
birthday.
it
course.
wouldn't
Of
be
course.
Stevie without
Naughty. Oh my Lord,
Okay.
help me.
Happy
There you
birthday to
go. Let's go.
Thank you for the cash.
You.
Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear
Stevie.
Stevie.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you. We practiced that for hours.
Yes, we practiced that for hours, Stevie.
I
We
don't know where
practiced
everybody else was. Beast, you didn't even unmute. What the hell, man? No birthday song for Stevie? He's still
that.
trying to figure out how to put his seatbelt on.
Listen, hello. Right, hello. We don't want to hear that explosion. Listen, Stevie. And actually, first of all, I just want to say happy birthday to you, one of my
Yeah.
mentors. I love you so
Love
so
you,
much.
Stevie.
I want to celebrate you for being 31. And I hope
31?
yeah,
Is he really only 31?
Sally,
What?
let him, Sally,
Let him pretend? Okay, okay, okay.
Sally, not too
I
much.
refuse to lie.
Listen, hello. We can do a little something light. Cardi,
The white lie, the white lie.
listen, Cardi Red still ain't said her age, so why can't Stevie not say
Okay.
hello? Okay. Yes, I just want to say congratulations to you, doing your big ones and everything that you are amazing. You are loved. You are wonderful. You are a great personality, and I love you so so much. And I wish many wishes and many more success comes your way, my friend, my mentor, my baby. Shout out to you, Stevie.
Oh, that was so sweet. All right, I'll do my dedication too before we bring Dr. Marlene on. So, Stevie, you know you're my brother from another mother. Stevie's come out to visit me a couple times in LA. We have a great time. He's my brother that I didn't know. I swear. Like I feel like I've known him my whole life, but I just met him on Clubhouse a couple years ago. It's been a couple years, but I love you. I love your personality. I love your soul. I love your heart. I love how much you love God. Like we have that in common. And you're a great father and husband. And today we celebrate you and you building this. This is your room that, I'm just a part of. And you and Naughty really built this room. And I'm just kind of coming in and helping build it up a little bit more. But I just love you and thank you for including me on the 100 side. And you're going to have an incredible day today. It's your birthday. Hello.
Period. He said
Period. He lost service, he said.
he loves service.
Oh, I love him.
Listen,
I love
yes,
him.
I love you, Stevie. I know you're having
Oh,
fun. Do your big ones. We're gonna definitely hold it down. So when you can come in, come back in. I will be here waiting for you. So I know Sally wants
Yes.
to introduce a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful queen. Beautiful, beautiful queen. So
I'm
shout out
so
to that. Go ahead,
excited.
Sally.
Yeah, and I wanted to say to double, like, if you wanted to say something about Diddy, we're going to continue the conversation with Dr. Marlene. So I would love to hear your thoughts as well. And anyone else that has, anything that they want to say about Diddy, if you want to come up or if you want to put it in the comments. I'm going to take Stevie's Cash App down in about 10 seconds.
To start Black Leaders Against Sex Trafficking only serve people of color. And that's to me one out of all the things I've done, all the accommodations I've received. Yeah, I'm most proud for serving us. And then when even
Absolutely.
in my position at the White House, when I asked and did the research of who is serving people of color in our country, not one national organization was recognized. Not one.
Wow.
Come on, y'all.
Ooh, that is
Right.
not okay.
That is not okay.
Not
It's
at
not
all.
okay. No.
Yeah. So one thing that I know that you have a lot that you want to say about the P. Diddy and Cassie situation. And I wanted to go there first because we were just talking about it. And there's a few people that, obviously have stuff they want to say about it, but I know that you're passionate about it. And so I wanted to get your input on what your thoughts were.
So I am incredibly angry, to be quite honest. And when the apology came out, I just thought, I don't even want to call it an apology, okay? Let me just start there.
Absolutely.
I don't.
Same.
That was a PR nightmare for real. Because the reality of it is, I would fire my PR team if they had me do something like that. They would have to go, because that was horrible. And the gist of his supposedly apology had no merit. It had no power to it. It had no remorse to it. I just think it was a real sad commentary for their PR team to put this together for him to even do that. It just ridiculous to me. And to Cassie and to victims like Cassie, I would say to them, get your personal power back and do what it takes to get your personal power back. Because I can tell you all that in a trafficking situation, that's the thing that's really stolen. Yes, is your innocence stolen from sex? Yes. Are you also a victim of domestic violence? Yes. There's a lot of components that happen to you before you're ever sold or before the transaction is made. But all of it at the root is they rob us from our personal power.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
somebody just posted a gentleman by the name of Maverick. His apology was all right with me. Do you feel like there's a difference between how men feel about his apology and how women feel about his apology?
Well, I definitely feel like that, but I would say this, and I would even ask the person who posted that, what about the apology was all right?
I would love to know. Maverick, do you want to come up and let us know your thoughts about why you think the
Yeah.
apology was all right? I would love to hear that too, actually. So we'll see if he wants to come up.
Sure. Yeah, I would like to know what about the apology was all right. I think that the mere fact that he never acknowledged Cassie, much less any of the other victims, it's not like she was the only one.
Right.
That was the one that we saw in the video, but we know that there are probably more than we even can count the victims. He didn't acknowledge anyone. And so I just really want to know what he thought was okay about that apology.
Yeah, I would love to. Are there
Yeah,
any
that's
guys on stage? Go ahead. Go ahead, Naughty.
Oh, okay, yeah. I also wanted to add on to that, like his ex girlfriend Gina, she came out and stated the egregious acts and things that he had done to her, while she was pregnant with his child. However, she ended up losing a baby, and
Wow.
everything that she described, what was done to her, which was very crazy because you will see the exact same thing being done to Cassie in the video. How she stated how he wouldn't touch her face. He'll, hit her on the side of the head, kicked her in the stomach, dragged her, and things like that, which was the same exact thing he did to Cassie in the video, which is very disgusting. And what really boggles me is the fact of the matter that I agree on how how you say how women and men may look at victims, because once Cassie came out, right, when this first broke, it was, oh, she just wanted money, oh, she's a HOE and all this extra stuff, and it's kind of like no benefit of the doubt. You have heard multiple stories about this man. A woman getting shot. Somebody else came out and said a story. Gina came out and said something. Cassie came out and said something. So now all of us, the things that he said about Cassie, and then he had to turn around and give an apology. And it's kind of like, oh, you had to now see the video for her to get an apology. You had to see the video for even guys to be like, damn, that's messed up. You had to see the video. And I think that people don't give grace to victims without just
Right.
waiting a little bit to see what else may come out instead
Mhm.
of giving an opinion on something. And I understand, in my opinion, I get it, where there are some liars where they'll claim to be a victim, like Emmett Till. There's some basketball players where, people have claimed that they raped them and it came out later to say that they never did and they told the truth and they wasn't reprimanded for it. You understand what I'm saying? So I people can be.
Same way, Ashley. And the other thing I would add to that is the fact of the matter is we shouldn't judge anyone before the time. And I think with the mere fact that he never said Cassie's name, a lot of so I work with victims literally all over the country and even international. And the trauma that we have experienced, I'm just going to say it like this. What you saw that happened to Cassie in that video happens on a daily basis. Well, why did this happen like this? And she just want money. And she no, I doubt that. She probably want her life back. Because I'm gonna tell you, for me,
Right.
that's what I did. I wanted my life back, and I did not. I didn't have the capacity to even think about what that even looked like. He's been with this girl for a long time. We don't know when the abuse started. I watched something last night that said that she he would have her come to him and Kim's house, and he was abusing them then. So how
Wow.
long has this really been going on?
Ooh, that's the question. How long
How
has this
long
been
has this
going
been going
on?
on? Right.
Right. Absolutely. There's another gentleman. So Maverick says Diddy admitted his wrongdoing and that he sought therapy. What is wrong with that? But then Prince, Honorous, he doesn't agree at all. He says no, he can rot in hell. So, I guess not all men think the same. I don't know. Like for me, yeah, he apologized and said he's going to therapy. That doesn't make him good again. That doesn't make his wrongs right. That's a bunch of
And
You
Sally, he
know
was
what,
BS.
reading from
Sally?
a prompter. If you look at the video and what they caught, shout outs to the spies that caught it, and Inform Whack, if you look at the video closely, you can see his eyes look to the right and look down. So obviously he was reading from a prompter or he had already something written for him to actually
Right.
read from.
Exactly. Right.
So that's not a genuine
Right.
apology. I think when you are apologizing sincerely, you would at least something
It's
like this
ridiculous.
when you
Yeah.
had already admitted that you've done no wrong.
Mm,
So
mm,
that
mm.
is kind of crazy
That
as hell to
part.
me.
That part. Go ahead, Marlene.
I also think that there are so many women. I'm going to tell y'all what I did, and don't judge me for this. So
Go
let
ahead.
me give you a warning. So I actually called his lawyer, right? And I told his lawyer, I said, out of all the people, this guy has messed up some lives, and it has a generational effect.
Absolutely.
I
That
think
part.
that it has a generational effect. I know
Yep.
my own children, and I see the trauma that they dealt with because of my own situation. I was a 15-year-old virgin girl raised in church, two-parent household, youngest of five siblings. I was the sheltered one. But because I was the sheltered one, I was totally naive. I didn't even know what a pimp was, okay? I didn't know
Okay.
what a thong was. I didn't know what a pasty was. I didn't know what none of that stuff was. That was not my life. And so I told this guy, this has generational impact. And if you don't allow some of these dollars that Diddy got, you need to give it somebody to some of these black organizations for real. That's trying to help victims of trafficking and victims of
Absolutely.
domestic violence all over the country, period. And
Period.
that would just be the good neighbor thing to do to me.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Dreas asked a good question. She said, did you all ask her about her thoughts on Cassie's response to his apology?
So I did see Cassie's response to his apology, and I would have to say that I 100% agree. I wouldn't receive it as an apology. I just don't receive it as an apology. I'm sorry, I don't.
Right.
Mm.
Naughty, maybe you can cue that up so we can hear it.
And
If
if
you can cue
Diddy
that up.
let
Give me one
the
second.
Ashley said it best, for him to have a teleprompter, are you serious? If I'm apologizing, it's coming out my heart. You
Absolutely.
cannot give me a word or a phrase or give me. You might say don't say this or don't say that, but let me say out of my heart what I need to say to apologize. And specifically, it would have been to Cassie and the other victims.
Yeah, absolutely. Naughty, you got that? So we're going to play Cassie's
Give me
apology
one
or
second.
her thoughts on the apology. And I know that while you're doing that, I know that Double, are you still there? Double double. Maybe he's sleeping now. Yeah, so there's a couple other things,
So
Naughty,
did
as you
she
get
put
that
out a
ready.
statement or she actually responded to it?
She
Because I
put out
don't
a
see.
statement.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
see
so
the
there's no
actual. Yeah, it's
video.
no video.
She put out a statement. Hmm.
All right. Do you have the statement there, Naughty?
Hold on, give me one second.
Yeah, just read maybe a couple of the lines from there.
It's in the
Um,
chat, Naughty, if you need.
oh, there it is. He was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false, shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words. Well, Maverick was swayed.
But did you know,
He may be
Shelly?
the only one, though.
I think 100,000 followers have stopped following him already on Instagram.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
never
he is
followed him.
declining. Yeah, he's declining for sure.
You know, I don't. Okay, so I do want to just open up the doors a little bit. And there was a multiple responses about his ex Kim Porter and her passing and things like that. And some of her friends also came out and stated as much as they stand in solidarity with victims, Cassie also played a role. And this is what Stevie was
I
saying
heard that.
as well,
Hmm.
right?
I heard it.
Right. She was also playing a role in being and attacking another victim due to her being young and naive. So I can take that as being young and naive, that you found you a man and you want to hold him down. So, whatever he's doing to an individual, you're going to be down and hold him down until he turns the table and do it to you, right? So he made Kim Porter as a victim. And then once she ended
Yeah.
up passing and stuff, everything that he was doing to her, he now done it to you. So you are the individuals that was attacking Kim at a time, and now this stuff has happened to you, and it's kind of like hurt people, and it's like a repeated cycle, and a toxic cycle, and it's kind of like people have to find these cues in ways when they're being manipulated, right, into doing wrongdoings and to other individuals, because you don't want that to also happen to you. So I think that everybody, all the parties, in a way, like Stevie stated, should hold themselves accountable in the
That's
part
true.
in the roles that they
Hmm.
have played
Hmm.
in this travesty at the end of
I
the day.
totally agree with that. The one thing I would say, Ashley, and this is to any young person that is listening, actually young or old, you reap what you sow. I saw the same thing you did about when Diddy was living with Kim. He would take Cassie to his house, make Kim get out the bed, and put Cassie in the bed. And Cassie thought it was cute and funny. That's what they said.
Correct.
And so, if that be the case, I would contribute that to her being young and naive. But the reality of it is, you reap what you sow,
Yes, you do.
and it don't have no age limit. Trust me, it don't have no
Whatever you pour is
expiration
what you'll
date.
get back.
You period. You're going to get it back. And the sadder part about it is, our young ladies and our young men are practicing these same behaviors that they think are so cool and cute. Baby, you're going to reap that. Because ain't
Doc,
That's
nothing
right.
cool or cute about it on either end, on Diddy's end or Cassie's end.
can I ask a quick
That's right.
question?
Yes, go for it.
So my question is, on the topic that we're saying, being that she was a victim, people are saying she also lured in other victims. So can you say in what you do, possibly Cassie can be charged as well if more people come out and name her in these?
Can I
Will she
tell you,
be
I
held?
thought about that. I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead and finish your question.
No, no, no. Go, please go ahead. That was the basis of my question, though. Go ahead.
Let me tell you, I have been thinking a lot about that today because really, from my experience, she can definitely. been with these cases for a long time. And I'm going to say this: this is not a shameless plug for you to buy the book either. But in the book, I have a story about three pastors who actually trafficked a 14-year-old girl in their church.
Wow.
It was so deep, they literally took out the pews of the church to get DNA off the pews, okay? So they were actually having sex
Wow.
in the pews of the church. Well, the
Ooh.
reality of it is, Sally, we, your day is coming.
Because that's like the same. See, this is my thing. Even I understand victims, but then I understand learned behavior, right? But then when do we say, okay, I understand you went through those things when you were younger, etc. But when you are an adult, right? You're an adult now. When do you when are these individuals held accountable? Do you feel like that kind of takes some things off due to them going through those type of traumas that made them into, because you can say we seen like Jeffrey Dahmer, we seen these killers and things that they went through, and now all of a sudden they're adults and they're doing certain things now, right? So for me, I only have my remorse only goes but so far. It only goes so far because like again, if Dre has stated, you are now, having other individuals, or you are now victimizing other like victims. So you were a victim that was harming victims. So
Hmm.
what's next? So yes,
Right.
however, I do believe that Cassie should be protected, right? All forms. No one should ever get abused. But people have to learn these patterns. And these type of things need to be spoken on, because if they're not, we can't just glimmer over things that she have done or people have done wrong. We need to talk about every single thing enough to unpack it so we can get to the bottom of it. Because at the end of the day, she have to be accountable for her actions, that she played a part in all of this stuff as well too.
And at the end
Yeah.
of the day, that's what I hear you saying, Ashley. What I hear you saying is all of us should take personal responsibility when we're adults.
Correct. Correct.
There's no,
Absolutely.
yeah, we can't keep making excuses. This happened, and I did this because of that. No, at some point, we need to take personal
You are not a
responsibility.
child.
You're not a
That's
child.
right. Now, do you think that P. Diddy, with everything that he's done, do you think he'll ever get any prison time?
Oh Lord. So I'm going to tell you this. My trafficker, I was 15. He was arrested. Now y'all can't see me, but I look pretty good. But I'm 61 years old. Okay,
You look
and
great.
so thank you. And so
Okay, shout out to
he,
you.
all right. And so he was sentenced. Now he had four teenagers. Took us across state lines. Federal
Wow.
case. Okay. He took, and this was, I can't even remember the year to be quite honest. But he was only sentenced 2 to 10 years, and he did 7.5 months. Okay. But let's fast
Wow.
forward. Let's fast forward. So 9 years ago, he was busted again for the exact same crime. He had four teenagers and two adults. This time, he got 25 years. Okay.
Wow.
And so when it comes to trafficking, much less the other accusations and alleged charges that I'm hearing that P Diddy could be facing, if he doesn't get jail time, he paid off some big money. I would be shocked.
Mm.
You just don't. Let me. So I work with HSI, okay, Homeland Security investigators. You just don't get them involved, and they ain't prosecuting somebody going to prison.
Somebody's going to prison.
Somebody going to prison,
That's
and
right.
you know. But I hear he's singing like a bird. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I heard he's singing like a
Oof.
bird, and if that be the case, he might not get as much time as some think he should. But
Mm.
I would be shocked if he does not get prison time. Shocked.
Yeah, I think he needs to be put in with R. Kelly. Like they get this, same
Yeah,
prison.
yeah,
They both get
yeah,
beat up.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
I
I do have a response to an ex federal prosecutor talking about this on TMZ. It's only a few minutes. Do you want me to play it?
yeah, let's go.
All righty, here we go.
Your reaction when you saw this video, as just as a human being watching this, and that it is a different side of Diddy than the public has ever seen.
Well, as a human being, obviously, it's very tough to watch. As a criminal defense attorney, I want to say, when will people learn that there are cameras everywhere? And obviously, this does completely contradict Diddy's claims that he had nothing to do with these allegations. The statute of limitations on a domestic violence charge has passed for charging that specific crime, but the bigger issue for him is that there's a huge federal probe that gets into all of these allegations, some of which Cassie has made against him that are not barred by the statute
mentioned before. You, you want somebody to show you something.
That's
You
right.
want somebody to show you the other side of life. Because the fact of the matter is, you know this drama. Why do you want to keep in the cycle of abuse? Get somebody that can show you something you've never seen before. I want to say one more thing, Sally. When it comes to this book, there is, like I said, there's 3 pastors that trafficked a 14-year-old girl. They're all in prison now for life, and actually, the one's wife is in prison and his daughter is in prison. But we don't talk about when exploitation happens in the church.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I mean, well, I will say there is stuff. There's plenty of documentaries and docu-series now that are coming up. Like you could go like the whole Hillsong, and
Oh,
there's
yeah. Oh, my
there's the
God.
TDJ. I mean, there's some stuff, documentaries and different things. So it is starting to be out there, and people like filmmakers are like, we're gonna do a whole. I actually started to do a reality show called Bad Religion, and it was going to be all about religion that happened because I grew up as a pastor's kid, and the stuff that I've seen in churches, it blows my
Okay, see,
mind.
Sally, we can relate on that one. I will read
Come on.
that book. Listen,
Yep.
PK all day. We know what it is.
Okay.
We just seen some things. And
We
listen,
have.
shout out to whatever y'all believe, but that's why I believe in more of a personal relationship versus me having
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
and
And spirituality. Yep.
listen, hello. 'Cause
I agree. I do want to say, Doctor, Dr. Marlene, like I am, very appreciative for you actually doing work, right? Like you're
Thank you.
in the field. You written this book, and I wanted to ask any questions. I wanted to ask, like, is there ways that survivor can overcome? Meaning, like, is there steps, some type of rehab for them where they can, go and have support with other girls? Are there centers like that at all, or those type of things for the victims?
So, yes, I'm going to answer that question 2 ways. There are centers like that for the victims, but are there centers for people of color like that for victims? No. And so one of the things, I recently purchased a 32-bed property on 9 acres, absolutely gorgeous. And we had it during COVID, and we would let victims come there. I had 2 criteria. You had to want to have a business, or you had to want to explore your education options. Unfortunately, I had a heart attack and I had to close it down. We sold it and whatnot. So what we're going to do now for Blast is we're getting the property in Georgia, and it will be a training center. So anyone who wants to learn how to operate a home, it doesn't have to be a home for trafficking victims. It can just be a home for domestic violence, because a lot of the protocols and policies are the same. We're going to put the foundation together where we can teach individuals on how to help survivors live. And the one thing, I actually don't call myself a survivor, I call myself a thriver, because to me, survivors are going to do what they do. And as a survivor, I'm going to lie to you, I'm going to manipulate you, I might even steal from you. And so I don't want to ever be associated with those things that it took me while I was in survival mode. I want to come out of survival mode, and when I want to go beyond that to thrive. And in order to thrive, I gotta have a solid foundation. I have to have stability. I have to have sustainability. And I need people. Let me tell y'all something. Survivors of trafficking, we have intellectual property, okay? We know how to sell things, okay? That's just the reality of, we were taught how to sell. When you put, I'm gonna just use myself for an example. When you just take someone like me and give me the tools that I really need to thrive, I'm gonna take it to a whole nother level. And so that's what I do with survivors today. When I first came out to life, I had someone from an insurance. Y'all know, he was typing on the typewriter. He said, "Tell me what you did in prostitution." And I was like, "No, I thought he was a pervert. He just wanted to hear some stories." He said, "No, tell me what you did, and I'm going to create you a resume." And so I did it. I told him what I was doing. He hands me this piece of paper. It said public relations, marketing, sales, inventory control, and he had all these numbers. I said, "I didn't do that." He said, "That's exactly what you did." But so them their value and show them their worth without trying to exploit them for their own benefit. I hope that answered your question.
It did.
So let's,
Thank you so
yeah,
much, Queen. I appreciate it.
let's talk about your book. You have a new book. You have several books. How many books do you have?
9.
9 books. Dang, I'm just gonna write one right now, Marlene.
Yeah, and this
But
is for
yeah,
ChatGPT, trust me.
good to know that. But your book is called Pimped from
Yeah,
Traffic to Triumphant: 12 Steps to Help Advocates and Volunteers Support Victims. And
yeah.
this book just came out. It's available on Amazon. I put the link at the top if you guys are interested in purchasing her book. Support Dr. Marlene. Check out this book, and you have several others that are available also on Amazon. And where else is your book available?
Actually, my website, it should be up by Thursday. It was supposed to be this week, but it's called redeempublishing.com. Redeempublishing.com.
Okay, awesome. If somebody could put that in the chat, that'd be awesome. Redeemedpublishing.com. Somebody put that in the chat for me, please.
I also think they should put
Yeah.
up the Blast website. It's blastmovement.org. BLAST movement.org.
Blastmovement.org. I can do that
Yes.
right now. Let's
Thank
see.
you so much.
Blast movement.
Thank you so much.
Multitask girl here. That's what we do.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I got you, Sally. I got you, girl.
Aw, I think I
Yeah,
got
I
it
know you
up.
multitasker.
Thanks, Riz. And so, Marlene, tell us a little bit about your book.
So the book actually is based on the 14-year-old girl who was trafficked in the church. That book was going to be called Pimped on Both Sides. Because one day when I was coming out to life, and this pastor told me, he said, "You're going to," I started laughing at him. He said the book's going to be called Pimped on Both Sides, and I said, "No, I can't write a book like that because I've never been pimped on any other side but streets." Well, after I left his church, where the pimping happened, there was a full-fledged escort service in the church. Help make a person that has dignity. And this is also forwarded by Dr. Cindy Trim. If anybody knows Dr. Cindy Trim, you know she is a woman that empowers women. And so she is has helped me change my life in ways that I'll always be indebted and just honor her for. So just wanted to say that as well.
Good. And that's so important, too, to have a mentor and just someone that you can look up to that can pull you up. Go ahead, Naughty.
I got you, Sally. I'll cut some motherfucker
Thanks,
out for
babe.
you. I got you.
No problem. Right.
I need
And when I was thinking these words kept on like bringing process and moving progression, right? Like taking process and moving
mm-hmm.
past